There's been 99 episodes with different laughs and different paths, from the children and King Tut to the dancing plague, motherless. And here we are at episode 100, tripping ourselves up, and we can't believe we're at episode 100, so I think producer Lucas O'Brien has a fun 100 ep for us. I think we're going to be quizzed on shit. I don't really know, but let's do it. Let's laugh at the past.
Welcome back to Laughs from the Past. This episode is our 100th episode. We are very excited that we've made it this far, that you guys have kept it alive and kept it going, kept it worthwhile. It's been growing nicely. We hope to grow it even more as we continue. 8 seasons in the books, 99 episodes in the books, Jake. We started it, I think, in 2017. It's been a fun, different outlet for us. Producer Luke has been on board since season 6, season 5 maybe. So we do have season 9. Maybe we'll announce what that is afterwards if I haven't announced it as we go. But we want to do a little like remembrance, you know? I want to do a so I know there's a lot of people that listen to the show, but I don't know if there's enough that are active on Twitter or Instagram to do a bracket of best characters from all 99 episodes. But I really want to do that. I just don't know if we get enough votes, because not a lot of people are if everyone that listens voted, it'd be a lot of fun. But you just never really get that.
It'd be tough. A lot of characters in history, a lot of weird characters in history. Cults, Wild West. You know, how do you grade out the guy from the Branch Davidians versus a Rockefeller? I don't know. But yeah, man, children in history. It's funny looking back at some of the classic ones. Operation Mincemeat. Oh boy. But yeah, I'm putting the phone away. I was hoping to do a litany of accents. Oh, okay. But that's, I don't know. Brain doesn't
Why
really
you put the phone
like
away? Were
that.
you cheating? Were you looking at old episodes?
I was just scrolling through because I was trying to get some accents done.
Oh, I see.
So I was trying to get there. But yeah, man, a lot of history, and I think producer Luke is about to embarrass us in our knowledge, or at least mine.
That's the goal.
Okay.
Cool. All right, you start us off, Luke. What are we doing? I'll shut my laptop. I'll be fully engaged in the
I appreciate
trivia.
that. Okay, so I went on Twitter and asked a bunch of people on Laughs in the Past to send their favorite tidbits or moments or episodes. So I got a lot of great feedback on Twitter, which was awesome, and I included a lot of that here. But I put together a bunch of sound bites from different episodes in the past, and I'm going to present it to you guys in kind of a trivia, loosely based trivia, just to kind of give everyone who's maybe new to Laughs in the Past a glimpse into the crazy back catalog of episodes and highlight some of the fun stuff that we've done already. Some of it might be really hard, these questions, so I don't know how you guys are going to do. I might have to give you some hints, but we'll see. Okay.
And I think the most interesting thing, if you go back to episode 1 and listen, is the production value grew with that, with the company. Like, the first episodes you don't even have a mic.
No.
And I didn't really have a mic either. It's the quality is so different. And we'll hear that in these clips. All right, here we go.
Yep, so it's all spread out. Got to try to get a little bit from every season. So the first question I had for you guys. In episode 5, Abe Lincoln the Troll finds himself in a duel. What does Jake say that his dream business idea is?
Oh, this is easy.
My dream business idea? Oh, we know this. This is a layup, which is good. I'm glad you started there.
Yeah.
It's an apple throwing company.
Yeah.
It's a company where you pay $5.
And you throw apples at Jake.
And you get to throw apples at me from a distance, like a pitcher's mound, 60 feet. I get to evade them.
Yeah.
But I thought it would be perfect. You put this business idea in, like, Times Square. I think this was part of the idea. I don't know if it's
like a boardwalk game.
But, yeah, you just walk up. You're having a stressful day. Here's $5. You get to throw an apple at me. 3 for 10, something like that. I think it's still a genius business. We still want to do something like this
with players
in the realm of baseball. The whole idea was that if you were someone who could throw hard, that I didn't want that to happen. And now when it does happen. But yeah, I think it's still a great business idea.
Is that the correct answer?
Well, let's listen in.
There were definitely some duels where they were like, hey, let's not kill each other, what guys killed each other, right?
Yeah. So there's also a lot of times where the person who set the terms, they would call that the second. The first person says, I want a duel. Second person says, okay, these are the terms. There's a lot of instances where they packed the bullets with like so much powder and not a lot of metal or whatever that like they would get hit and not die. There's a couple accounts where the bullet didn't even pierce through the skin, which is hilarious. Like, they're just loading blanks.
That's fun.
It's kind of fun. Because if you got challenged to a duel and you said no, you were like a pussy.
Right, because in theory I could say, oh, let's have a duel, we each get an apple.
That happened in high school. AJ and my cousin AJ and my friend David threw apples at each other. Apples fucking hurt.
Yeah, man. That's my dream business idea. I've ran that past you.
Oh, yeah, that is your dream business idea. So,
Yeah.
okay, for everyone listening, Jake wants, you know how if you go to a boardwalk and sometimes they have setups where, hey, shoot a goon, and you get a paintball gun and there's someone with pads on that runs around and you get to shoot at him? They have that at Jersey Shore Boardwalk. Jake wants to do that, but he's the goon, and the contestants just get to throw apples at him.
Yeah. It's like, $5 you get to throw one apple, $10 you get to throw three.
And you just want to be dipping and dodging apples.
Oh.
What happened?
I mean, there'd be some contact.
You bruise so easily if you got hit.
So do apples.
Would you be trying to block them? Like, would you have any protection?
I'd wear like a cup and maybe like I'd probably wear like kind of the outfit I'm wearing right now.
We should put on like a leatherhead football helmet.
Yeah, you put on a little head protection. It's kind of scary, man. If someone like strong gets in there and is throwing apples at you.
Luis Severino comes, throws a 100-mile-per-hour apple at you.
Yeah.
I think
hurts.
I think there's big injury risk there.
I think the apple explodes, though. I don't know. Nobody steal that business idea. I'll come at you.
Apple duel is pretty fun. I think holding a chicken duel is better. Holding a chicken duel kind of reminds me when we did House Olympics in college, and our friend Nick idea was you had to lube yourself up and carry a watermelon while running, and if you dropped the watermelon and you lost.
Times were different.
Watermelon was lubed, you were lubed, and you had to carry a watermelon and run like 100 yards.
In both occasions, times were different.
What duel would you...
Also, like, little kids must have done snowball duels all the time, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think to this day, little kids do snowball duels. It's called snowball fight.
We're a traditional duel, man. Take the steps and count down in the kerchief and all that.
I don't think the steps were ever real.
Really?
According to the what I read, no.
Okay.
Maybe, I'm not going to say they never happened, but they were not predominant figure in dueling. It was mostly...
Maybe that's more of a Wild West thing. That's usually where that's depicted.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We got it right.
Wow.
That was almost 2 years ago. That episode came out on June 12th, 2018.
So that is a layup because that's a business idea. I've done a lot. I think what would have been the tougher follow-up question was what would Jimmy's counter be in chicken dueling?
I think it was originally you that said that in the episode. Like, you just have to hold a chicken.
I wouldn't just send that back at me. I've got you on the air saying chicken dueling.
It was Jake.
No, but beforehand, you said it, and then I thought it was funny.
Chicken dueling.
Originally, Jimmy, you wanted to do a holding a stick duel. That was your
idea. And then you changed it to holding chickens. First one to let go of the chicken loses the duel.
Yeah. I was going to give you credit for that idea.
You guys crushed that one.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, so then we also have some intros throughout the years that a lot of people requested, saying we want a compilation of Jake intros. So there's a couple introductions to episodes here. And I'm going to just play the intro, and I want you guys to shout out when you know what episode it's from. And in the intro, I mean, there's some pretty heavy hints. It says the name in it, so whoever gets it, go for it.
All right.
Try and get what it's actually called.
No buzzers, we're just yelling?
Yeah, I think just go for it.
Okay.
This one is from season 5.
I'm going to lock in. In the year 44 BC,
Roman, Julius Caesar.
Julius Caesar, Rome's self-proclaimed dictator for life, was assassinated by his very own Senate.
We were together in Lavalette, New Jersey.
The assassin celebrated as the Roman Empire was finally free of Caesar, who they saw as this unstable dictator bringing the downfall of Rome. To their surprise, the citizens of Rome did not share this distaste for the once ruler. In the end, the Senate's actions decided the fate of their own lives, as well as the Roman Empire. My name's Jake Storielli, and this is Laughs from the Past.
You're like an orator.
Yeah, I had a feeling there. Again, I don't know what movie it's from. I want to say it's Gladiator, but the throat guy gets up in the what's the ring, the fighting ring,
Stadium. Arena.
One more. What's it called? There's a word for it.
Coliseum.
The Coliseum. Nailed it. And because they didn't have loudspeakers,
yeah, just one guy.
There
just
was
had to
the yell guy.
The orator, I think was his name.
In the air. He just he doesn't try to be super loud. He tries to be as shrill as he can.
And it's all about the vibrations.
The vibrations, the shrill.
In the air.
You there?
You really need to open yourself up. You can feel it go all the way down.
That's why you saw the body motion. It worked for getting away from the mic, too.
In the air. I felt that go all the way down to my Luke Voigt muscle.
It's all about the vibrations.
Wow.
Deep cut.
Nailed it.
Yeah. That was a big day for us.
The Greek orator. That was the assassination of Julius Caesar, episode 59.
Luke Voigt.
He got killed.
He did. What? That was tough. Yeah. If you're an orator, you just kind of scream and tail off at the end.
Yeah. In the air. In the air. What's the next one?
Okay, in this soundbite from episode 37, Who Killed the Lindbergh Baby? What accent is Jake attempting to read the letter in?
Okay. Lindbergh Baby.
It was a great episode. One of my favorites.
That was a fun one.
We kind of solved it, I think.
Let's see. It's
Wait,
in the
are
third.
we?
It's in the
I
I'm
know.
gonna play.
Oh, you're gonna play it? Then we guess it because I think I know it already. It's the accent he always struggles with the most.
What do you think? Do you want to tell me what you think it is before?
German.
Okay.
German is my toughest accent.
Dear sir, have $50,000 ready. Have $50,000 ready. 25,000. Dear sir, have $50,000 ready. $2,500,000. I think my problem is I
Austrian.
can't read numbers. Have $50,000 ready. $25,000 in $20 bills, $15,000 in $10 bills, and $10,000 in $5 bills. After 2 to 4 days, we will inform you where to deliver the money. We warn you for making anything public or for notify the police. The child is in good care.
Tough.
Indication for all letters are signature and
Not
3
great.
holes.
There you go.
And that's what it said.
That's what it said. So
I just read it and I don't know what that means.
German.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's your hardest accent.
I still don't. We had this the other day.
Yeah,
I
with,
tried to do something German and it was just didn't happen.
Came out British.
It's fine.
What was
Stein.
that?
The Bloody Benders.
Bloody
I believe.
Benders. Yeah, it was just straight British
Bloody
accent.
Benders. That's because the Bloody Benders is a perfect British band name.
It is.
We're the Bloody Benders.
Is Bender slang for something in British? It probably is.
I think so. Bender. Okay. Lindbergh's a good ep.
Yeah, I like that one.
It's a good ep. Pretty crazy.
There was that guy that got involved that wasn't part of it all. He's just like a guy that walked down the
That's what
city
you think.
blocks and everyone smiled at him. His name was Junis or Joplin or something.
Wish I had the answer. I don't know.
Judas.
Something like that.
Okay, moving on. I'm going to start by playing the intro to get you guys in the mindset of it because I also thought it was another good intro. Okay. It's of Amelia Earhart.
Oh, yeah. We played a noise propeller in the background. Perfect.
Over. This is Amelia Earhart checking in. I'm not sure if this transmission's getting to anyone. It's been more than 20 hours since me and Noonan have been in the air. He's a little under the weather, if you know what I'm talking about. We've been flying north and south, trying to find the island for a little bit now, and we can't find it. We're going to have to take this bird down soon. We have seen some islands. I don't think it's the islands we're looking for, but we may have to make the best of it. Noonan, put the bottle down. I just want you to know if this transmission is getting to anyone and things don't go our way, tell my husband that I love him and I'll love him forever. And also, it's been a pleasure and an honor to serve. I'm Amelia Earhart. No, I'm Jake Storielli. And this is Laughs from the Past.
Okay, so that was the intro,
It's perfect.
Great
as
job.
you remembered.
Great job.
11 out of 10.
We didn't write intros back then. Like
Yeah, that was all ad-lib.
now Noah and Luke write the intros for Jake. I would like put some bullet points for you, and then you would. Well, I think Mysteries was the first season we did. You did an accent for every episode as the intro.
It's tough to say.
Yeah, I believe it was. That was the first time we started doing it with season 3. Because Civil War, I don't think you did. And so Jake just ad-libbed all that. Like that was not written down.
Okay, so I got some questions too.
Okay.
In episode 43, was Amelia Earhart a spy? What was Grandma's response when Jimmy asked her, "What do you think happened to Amelia Earhart?"
Ooh.
I have multiple choice options. A, who? B, I haven't got the slightest idea.
That's
C, she's the one who flew the plane. Or D, are you ready to leave yet?
I mean, my heart wants to say D.
Yeah, I think my grandma came in to leave, and we were recording. She was my neighbor at the time, for anyone that doesn't know.
Right.
They all sound so much like my grandma.
Yeah, they were good options.
Yeah,
Luke.
they're really good.
His grandma as well, I suppose.
D is the funniest. Are you ready to leave yet? Or I haven't got the slightest clue. Like as if we were
Yeah.
actually asking for an answer.
I'll go don't have the slightest clue.
It was Eleanor Roosevelt when I was like, Grandma, what do you think about Eleanor Roosevelt? And she was like, she is ugly.
So that was actually a bonus question. What did Grandma have to say about Eleanor Roosevelt?
She was ugly, right? That's the answer to that one?
We'll listen.
Okay.
Okay.
Grandma. Hi, Grandma. I'm recording, and then we'll leave in a couple minutes. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's ask my grandma real quick her thoughts. Grandma, what do you think happened to Amelia Earhart?
I haven't got the slightest idea.
Do you think she was a spy taking pictures of Japanese installations in the Pacific?
No.
Do you think that Franklin Delano Roosevelt was a nice president?
Yes.
What about his wife, Eleanor?
She was a wonderful woman, but very ugly.
Okay.
Wow. Damn. That was a tough break for Eleanor.
Yeah.
Kind of. It's a wonderful woman.
Did you edit Grandma's voice to make it sound more like old lady?
Perfect.
Nope.
I haven't got the slightest idea.
She's an instant response.
I think I edited that. It had to be like a big pause. Because I think I wheeled the mic over to her. Whatever.
Mm-hmm. All right, you guys want to move on?
Yeah.
That's good.
Great intro, Jake.
Thank
Number
you.
5. In episode 8, the 1904 men's marathon, the World's Fair hosted their
another
own
classic.
games to compete with the Olympics, which included ethnic dancing, mudslinging, and what other event that Jimmy and Jake both agreed they'd have no shot at winning?
Let's see. You'd think something with height.
Yeah. No, but it was all weird. Ethnic dancing, mudslinging, and jumping, eating. I have no idea.
I'm leaning something.
Something about barefoot, or I think they just ran the race barefoot.
Ooh, a barefoot race. Yeah, I'll say something with eating or something involving height. I mean, that seems.
Okay,
What was it?
let's hear it.
The games were largely overshadowed by the fair. Makes sense. Fair is more fun than the Olympics, I guess.
At that point.
Yeah. Largely overshadowed by the fair, which offered its own roster of sporting events, which is hilarious. Like the World's Fair was like, no, we'll do some sports too. We know the Olympics are here, but we're going to do our own, competing with the Olympics and
Yeah,
sports.
you're going to like this.
Yeah.
You think the Olympic stuff is good? World Fair sports.
So the sporting events at the World's
Okay, I was just going to say, do you have some of the world?
Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. The World's Fair had their own events, including the controversial Anthropology Days,
Okay.
which sounds like, oh, cool, Anthropology Days. We're going to learn about other cultures. We're going to learn about other people. No, it was in which a group of savages recruited from the fair's international villages competed in a variety of athletic feats, among them a greased pole climb,
Oh, yeah.
ethnic dancing,
Okay.
and mudslinging.
Tough to picture me not winning these events.
You think you'd be good at
The greasy pole climb, no chance. I
Yeah,
wouldn't even bother.
the greasy pole climb? You have to be long and slender, and like because you really got to wrap your legs
And
around.
have, like hands and stuff.
Yeah, our bodies aren't made for the greasy pole. We'd slip right off.
Mudslinging and what was the other one?
ethnic dancing.
This is what I was put on the earth to do.
How does mudslinging work?
It's a tremendous question. I'm picturing throwing mud for sure.
Definitely, that involves throwing mud.
It's an accuracy. This is always our throwing game debate. Is it distance? Is it accuracy? Is it a combo?
Dude, I have no idea. I mean, maybe some people know what mudslinging is. I'm guessing they're taking hardened mud, which I think is more a clump of dirt. Because how are you going to throw like liquidy mud?
Yeah, that's the thing. Mud's a very specific. Because they knew what dirt was back then. Mud. That's just wet dirt, man. Get me some mudslinging.
It's turned into a what is mud debate.
What is mud?
No way we win the greasy pole. Just don't have the body for it.
I can't even.
I think that's half a point. It was height related ish.
Yeah, you had to be
Yeah.
long.
Yeah. Okay.
We got it.
I'll take it. Greasy pole, man.
Okay, we're gonna go back to another intro. Guess the episode.
The story of a hippie cult centered around a Los
Dancing.
Angeles vegetarian restaurant sounds destined for infamy.
Source? The
But
source?
the Source
Source,
family has largely remained unknown. The countercultural tale of Father Yod, his restaurant on Sunset Boulevard, and his rock band turned cult remains one of the most fascinating anecdotes of the New Age. However, it begs the question, how does a group of hippie vegans become a free-loving cult who will follow their leader anywhere, except off a cliff? I'm Jake Stromboli, and this is Laughs from the Past.
Very similar to Doc Antle from the Lion
He wishes.
Tiger King. They're like the same person.
Me?
Father Yod and the
Oh, I
Doc
thought you were
was.
talking about the presentation. Yeah.
Oh no,
Sheesh.
no. The two guys.
Ooh.
Like we did the cults episode, and then we watched
Yeah.
Tiger King, and we're like, Doc Antle is Father Yod.
Similar vibes for sure.
Same guy.
Father Yode's story's pretty nuts.
So you guys got it. That was the Source family, episode 81 in the Colts
Colts.
season.
Bonus cult up.
Weird season. Every episode ended up sad for some reason.
Yeah. Couldn't peg it. Just could not peg it.
All right, moving on. Following the cult trend, in episode 78, Shinrikyo, what band name does Jimmy create if Jake were to ever start a band? Now, Jimmy, I think, got a little sneak peek of this. He knows.
He gave me a hint at what some of the questions are going to be, and I was like, no fucking idea what I said. Do you remember Sharikri quote cult?
Shirikyo.
They were in Japan.
Yeah.
And they were like
Yes.
legit like anthrax.
They had weapons and
they
they were like
killed the TV
yes,
news
I do
anchor's
remember
son
that.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it was terrible.
They had the cars or whatever. Yeah, I vaguely remember that. And yeah, remember that cult being like pretty fucked. If I had a band,
It was the name of your backing band. It was Jake Storielli and the blank.
and I mean, yeah, I've got zero guess.
Okay. Want me to give you the initials?
I'd assume there's a little bit of a jab.
Want me to give you the initials?
Sure, probably not
B-
gonna help.
Oh.
Body odor.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's pretty standard.
You said it wasn't going to help. I knew it would get you there.
Well, that's like a known abbreviation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay, DJ.
July 1993, cult members sprayed large amounts of liquid containing Bacillus anthracis spores from a cooling tower on the roof of Aum Shinriko's Tokyo headquarters.
Wow, so we've got an anthrax scare. Here we are 15 years before the one that our generation is familiar with some anthrax.
Yeah, but however, Jake, their plan to cause an anthrax epidemic failed. The attack resulted in a large number of complaints about bad odors, but no infections. They just
in there.
that's how you live.
Doc, is something wrong with me, Doc? I don't feel good. Oh no, just another case of bad odors. No infection. Come on.
Here's the good news. We found 0 infections. Here's the bad news. You just smell real bad.
I mean, this is a bad odor, man.
That should be a backing band name, like Jake Storielli and the Bad Odors.
Ooh, bad odors is good.
Yeah.
It's funky.
It's a good name.
It's a good band name.
It's a good
yeah.
band name. Yeah.
I won't fight that at all.
Another part of that episode that got me good when I was re-listening was that cult tried to manufacture 1,000 guns and only ended up making one gun.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, what? That's like one of the biggest failures I think we've had on Laughs from the Past.
You guys were saying it's like, why tell people that your goal was 1,000?
Again, how do you make one? It's like, it's unfathomable how those are the results.
Yeah. You know what? That band name is good because it's not saying you smell bad. It's just all your bandmates are horrendous smelling.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't even have to be linked to smell. It could just be like the body odors, man. The funky meters.
It was bad odors, not body odors.
Oh, then I got it wrong. So your hint didn't help.
Yeah, my hint didn't help.
Okay.
You blew it.
Problem solved. I was right.
That you were wrong.
Yes. That your hint wouldn't help. Yes.
Oh, yeah. You're right about that. For sure. Bad hint.
Bad hint.
It was a red herring of a hint.
Yes, if that means it was deceitful, absolutely.
Yeah, it does. You're all over it.
Yeah.
All
The
right.
cult episodes were fucked, man.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you guys lasted through that season.
People really enjoyed them. Like the feedback
The
was they were
build-up
good.
was fun.
The build-up was fun, and every episode.
How were
was
you
like,
tricking people?
Yeah,
How
yeah.
were you getting money? What was your like end game?
And
Like
so
it was
many
a good
mass
time.
suicides and shit.
Yeah, the end was always tough.
We've gotten some requests for a serial killer season, and I don't know if that build-up is equally as fun as the Colts.
Yeah, I don't do well with that.
Probably good on it.
The suicide, they were like doing it to themselves in a way.
Yeah.
Innocent people getting killed isn't something I like even thinking about.
Yeah.
You guys had a blast in the Bloody Benders.
Oh, that's statute of limitations. If you want to do serial killers from over 100 years ago, I'll do it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Jake, are you okay with that?
Overtime. I don't really care. It just washes through. My brain's a pit stop for a lot of information.
It's a good line, Jake. Have you said that before?
No.
It's really good.
T-shirt.
Like, that needs to be a quote.
Yeah.
My brain's a pit stop for a lot of information. Jake's. It's the
Going in, yeah.
If you get like a brainy quotes page and then like, that's great.
Okay.
Mark
Perfect.
that one down.
All right, next
get that.
question. In season 1, episode 9, you guys claimed this man as the coolest guy in all of Burma. Do you remember who it was?
Burma. Where's Burma?
Myanmar. You had this exact question in the episode.
I think
Where's
I've got it.
It's by like Laos and Vietnam and Southern Asia.
Well, okay.
Jake thinks he's got it.
You got it?
I want to see if Jimmy can get it too.
Laos.
Burma.
Burma.
Was it like Jack Churchill? But we actually,
I was going
we
Matt
in the
Jack
end said he
Churchill.
wasn't cool, I thought. I think we kind of Mo Berged him.
I think at the end we ended up laughing because he had the only kill via bow and arrow.
In
But
World
there
War
was a
II.
time when he was super cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
While in Burma, he rode his motorcycle up and down almost the entire country, exploring what it had to offer. He also learned to play the bagpipes while there.
Talk about a bitch in time.
Yeah, I mean, he's 20 years old in Burma, just riding
Part of the military, just cruising up and down.
playing the bagpipes in his spare time. I didn't know Burma would be a place you learn the bagpipes.
Doesn't feel traditional to me, but I don't know.
That sounds a little cockeyed in my brain.
What'd I say?
Okay.
Cockeyed.
In 1936, so now he's 30 years old, his sense of adventure became too great for the army, and he left. moving to Nairobi, Kenya. So now he's in Africa.
Nice.
While in Nairobi, he worked as a newspaper editor and a male model.
Of course.
Those jobs always go hand in hand.
I was picturing Mad Jack as a pretty handsome guy on his motorcycle, playing the bagpipes. He was he was cleaning up in Burma, and he's like, "Give Daddy some. I'll go to where to go? Nairobi.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll just do my modeling editor job. You know."
Mm-hmm. He also put his archery and bagpipe skills to work during his time as an actor. So now he's an actor as well. Newspaper editor, male model, actor, plays the bagpipes, does archery, rides a motorcycle. The coolest guy in all of Burma.
A jack of all trades, if you will.
Like, you know who that guy is.
Again, this leads me back to how boring the old times were. Because, like, if you met someone now, you'd be like, "Wow, how does this guy have all the time to do this?" Back in 1930s, yeah, I guess I'll shoot archery 2 hours every night until I'm good at it. Okay, a month later, yeah.
It wasn't even a hobby because he competed in the military piping competition and took second place for bagpipes, and then competed in the World Archery Championships in Oslo, Norway.
Dude, I think what happened, we thought he was really cool. And then I think at the end of the episode when he actually went to World War II and didn't like bring a gun and brought his archery set, and we were like, dude, help out.
Yeah.
He killed someone with a bow and arrow. We were like, he was like the only man to fell another soldier with a bow and arrow. It's like, no one else tried.
Yeah.
You want to listen to that part?
Wait, you have it?
Yeah.
He was a leader of young men, and it was like, I don't know.
But you both got it right. Mad Jack Churchill. Here's what you had to say during the war with the bow and arrow.
After Germany invaded Poland, he resumed his post in the British Army, this time as part of the British Expeditionary Force to France. During one of his force's raids, he ambushed a German patrolman, shooting him with a barbed arrow. His shot earned him the title of the only British soldier to have felled an enemy with a longbow during the war. So Mad Jack has the only bow and arrow kill in World War II. Also, probably the only attempted bow and arrow kill.
Right. He might 1 for 1. But hey.
Well, no, I'm sure he's the only man that attempted it. I'm sure he attempted a lot.
Right. But I'm saying as a person.
So 2 questions here.
Right.
First, think about yourself as the German. You're fighting in a firefight, shooting bullets at the enemy, probably from some sort of rifle machine gun. You get killed by an arrow.
Yeah.
Because an arrow doesn't kill you right away unless it hits your brain, maybe. But there's moments where that German had to be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Who's shooting bow and arrows?
Who's the asshole shooting bow and arrows right now?
Like there had to be a German next to him, and they all just looked stunned, like, whoa.
Probably a real mind fuck if we're being real right now.
If I'm fighting,
they're shooting bow and arrows at us?
How are we not winning this war? That's a great distraction strategy.
Oh yeah.
Like shoot one of them with a bow and arrow, they all stop and go, what the fuck? And then you throw a grenade at them.
Oh man, that's perfect.
I just went one step darker. I just went one step further, that they like captured a guy and then they just like kept him in a contained area and just let Mad Jack like,
shoot
okay,
him.
dude, you want your bow and arrow kill?
Yeah.
Like we got a guy in like a cage. Yeah. So he did fall out of our graces.
Yeah.
Really dark.
Yeah. Dude, it killed someone with a bow and arrow. There were guns.
Their guns existed.
Like big time.
It does suck for the guy who got shot with the bow and arrow. It's just like way more painful of a death, most likely, than a bullet anywhere.
I would genuinely be thinking I'm like having a mental breakdown.
You like went into Jumanji.
Like,
you know?
What? Bow and arrow?
Who's the asshole?
All right, we got 3 more left.
Okay.
This one is from season 5 during episode 10 about 10-cent beer night at a Cleveland Indians game. Jimmy asked, "Is this not every sports radio host's dream?" What dream was he referring to?
Well, I believe that the radio host in Cleveland, like, riled up everyone, the other fan base, because he was like, "Don't worry, no one will even show up to the White Sox." I forget who it was. Like, he just went on the offensive and called out the entire fan base, and then they all like boycotted him or flooded his phone calls, or he was fucked up. It was classic shock jock, angry radio guy. But I think he got everyone into an angry stupor. Or wait, he told Cleveland.
It's digging deep.
He told Cleveland that the other team said, "You're not even going to show up." So then they all rallied against him, and he just got he rallied everyone up, and he either got him angry or he got him on his side. I forget.
See, yeah, I'm trying to see if I've got a detail that's closer. I mean, nothing.
Thanks for trying, though.
Yeah.
It was a good effort by you.
Something with an umpire. Boom.
Okay.
Pete Franklin, host of Cleveland's Sportline program, spent an entire week on the radio whipping Cleveland fans into a frenzy against the Rangers.
Rangers.
Oh, wow. So
Is
we got
that-
some fear-mongering going on, basically?
Is that not sports radio host dream that someone tells
Yes.
your city that you don't have enough fans, and now you're talking to your city? Did you hear what they said about us? Did you hear what that scumbag Billy Martin said about us? 5 days straight on the radio, knowing they're coming back to town. I need you guys to be loud. We got to show them what Cleveland's all about. He lost his voice a lot.
Well, I'd give a big speech about the kind of impact that we need to bring to this upcoming game, but I know there's not anybody listening to this. So why even bother? There's not fans in this town. Back in 5.
It's good.
Now for the weather. Pete Franklin. Good job. Oh, he looks like such an old-time radio guy. Classic old-time radio guy.
He's got plaid on.
Like the bad hair.
Oh,
big
yeah.
glasses. Oh, it's great.
Route.
And this is after you guys learn about the events of 10 Cent Beer Night. You go back to the radio.
That's crazy that the
announcer.
Indians were like, let's go help the Rangers out. This is fucked.
Yeah, I mean, again, and that's a good sign of how how truly rowdy it was that they were like, yo, we have to save them.
I would love to know what Pete Franklin said on the radio after this. Like, we showed them, or,
Oh,
okay,
absolutely.
guys, I think we took it a little too far.
No, Pete Franklin, the radio guy, was saying we did the best job a group of fans has ever done.
You think he called the Indians pussies for not being on the fan side? Like
Ooh.
turncoats? Indians turned their back on us. All we were doing was defending them.
Yeah, sorry for trying to help win the game.
Yeah, so you got it.
Yeah.
Pete Franklin.
10 Cent Beer Night was a wild story. That was pretty cool.
It was. I'm forgetting all the details, but some of the ways they had beers there, like they had a special beer truck or something. And
No one was
just,
monitoring the beers.
I just
Yeah.
listened to it. If I could. So one of the things was they wanted to do a 2-drink limit, ended up doing a 6-drink limit per person.
sure.
Not throughout the night, just at one time.
Right.
And then
You can only buy 6 beers at
Right.
once for yourself.
they only had 2,500 fans usually, and it went up to 25,000, and they didn't up concessions or security at all.
Yeah.
Right.
So then they moved the beer getting to the concessions to the beer trucks in the outfield, which was ran by young girls, and the girls said, "Fuck
They
this."
just gave a
Yeah.
That was a good episode.
Then they jumped on the field and beat everyone
Yeah.
up.
Jimmy ended the episode saying this.
All right. That ends this one. Historical backfire. Thank you guys for listening. Like I said, if this is the first Laughs from the Past because you're tuning in on John Boy Media, we have a back catalog. We have a back catalog of almost 100 shows. We have
How many shows do you think we had at that time?
72.
But we made it to 100.
69.
Was it 72?
63.
Almost 100.
Almost.
It's close.
69, I was closer. And cooler,
Temperature?
technically.
Closer to the AC.
Yeah.
All right, I got another intro.
Okay.
Guess the intro.
In September 1806, Meriwether Lewis, along with William Clark, received a hero's welcome as he entered St. Louis. Lewis and Clark had just returned from their epic journey across an unknown continent, a journey in which they had overcome Indians, grizzlies, mosquitoes, illness, and nurse starvation. At 33, Lewis was a national hero. Just 3 years later, he was dirt.
Do you remember where we were?
Shot twice in a small cabin in
Tampa,
Tennessee
right?
Wilderness. Who Shot Him has been one of the longest lingering murder mysteries in American history. I'm so sorry, and I'm Jake Storielli, and this is Laughs from the Past.
Have I ever released the
Proper.
outtakes of that? So we didn't have video for it because we weren't recording it via Skype. We were sitting on a couch together
room.
in a small Airbnb in someone's backyard. And they were like outside with their kids, and we were just dying laughing.
Raffle.
And we had to do a couple takes because we couldn't keep our composure. Like that was the best we did there, and we were still laughing in the background. But I wonder if if I still have access to the first couple. We'll check. If I do, we'll play them right here.
Boom.
If I don't, that was just a pause of silence.
Sorry. Yeah, I was wondering if that was gonna be a close because that I wouldn't say that went viral, but the fans got lost in that.
That was
one.
a heavily suggested.
A third,
We all did.
shirt dirt.
There's a couple. I think the Braves crew, the Braves gals that are friends of ours now. I'll say.
Twitter friends.
I think that's one of their like sad day remedies. They just listen to the Meriwether Lewis opening.
A lot of people. I wonder if the numbers on that episode go high because I think a lot of people tune in to listen to the opening. It's also up on Twitter and stuff, so maybe they just listen there.
All right, so as famous as the Meriwether Lewis intro is, there was one more character that we wanted to end on. You guys have any guesses?
Mo Berg?
Mo Berg.
I haven't listened back to the Mo Berg episode.
So this is a 3-part listen for Mo Berg. to close
Are you
it out.
gonna make me feel bad here?
Yes. I was feeling bad during the episode. I tried to defend Big Mo as much as I could, and then
Is that true? Did Jake try to defend him?
at the start, yeah, and then the Sanskrit was just too far.
We're going to start
undefensible.
easy, not taking it too hard on Mo Berg. The first question is, what was the pseudonym that Mo Berg used while playing baseball for his church team?
I don't know. Loser make loser face.
I'll say Bergmo.
I know you guys will remember this one.
Let's see.
Isn't it something like Samsonite?
Mary Swanson.
All right, what is it? Let's see it. From his early days, Mo had a rocket arm and a photographic memory. As a 7-year-old, he played baseball on a church team using the pseudonym Runt Wolf. Why did a 7-year-old need a pseudonym to play church baseball? Why was it Runt Wolf?
That's a bigger question.
So Runt Wolf is the question. I mean, was it because he was Jewish and he couldn't play with like the Catholic kids or something like that?
I guess church isn't Jewish, it's synagogue, right? Or do they still say
Right.
church?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Or maybe that could be it, but yeah, I'm going to be called Runt.
I mean, Runt Wolf was still not the way to go.
I like it. It sounds like the bad guy in any movie.
Runt Wolf? No, I mean, I think Runt is like the runt of the litter.
Yeah, bad dog. Bad guy.
That's not good. It's like a small, tiny, weak dog.
Well, imagine you're a little kid and there's a guy on the other baseball team and he's really good. He's the best there. And you got an inkling that he's illegal. And then his name is Runt Wolf. Fucking Runt Wolf. That's a bad guy.
See,
He got that nickname from his mom.
It's a mean nickname. His mom gave it to him.
Run Wolf.
see, that's early in the episode, and you're already yelling at childhood.
No, my point was that if you're on the other team
Right.
and
You're
there's
saying that's a bad guy.
if you're that's like a badass kid. If he's got a alias, you think he's playing illegally because he's not the same religion, and he's the best there. You'd be scared of that kid. That by bad guy, that was me building him up as like the badass in town.
7 years old. I don't know.
You're saying like people might go after the kid named Mo, but once his name is Runt Wolf, they're like, well, I'm just going to name him.
I'm not messing up. Yeah. Like it's an intimidation factor is what I was saying.
I also understand Jake saying the Runt is not.
Oh, it's a terrible name.
It's not intimidating.
Yeah,
No.
it's not intimidating at all. It's anti-intimidating.
But it maybe if
You think it's ironic.
yeah. Because Wolf is badass.
True.
Well, why does he need a pseudonym?
I think it was the church thing. I still think that.
Still could have gone with like John Henry.
Yeah, something outside of Runt Wolf.
Not like no one's like, oh, it's Runt Wolf. That must be your name. You're Catholic, huh?
Do you think if I text Runt Wolf to Jake Cespedes, do you think he'll have any idea?
No.
I'm gonna try.
No. If he does, he's sick. Which he is.
Well, he is.
All right. More Mo Berg. At one point in the episode, Jimmy says, the nation of Japan is laughing in Mo Berg's face. What did Berg do to become the laughingstock of Japan?
He went over there with all the best baseball players in the world, and he was a career bad backup. Like, if
you're like, you gonna make me sound bad? And then as soon as you're talking in the current podcast, you're just equally as mean to Mo Berg.
He's not a Mo Berg fan.
He wasn't an
Never
all-star.
been.
He went over there with all the all-stars. So I think I was saying that the Japanese people are like, who's this guy? He's bad. Why is he over
Okay, here's
here?
Babe Ruth. Why is this guy here?
Yeah, exactly.
I texted Runt Wolf to Jake of Cespedes Barbecue if you know who they are in the baseball world, but they're Jewish, and Jimmy mentioned he was tough on Mo Berg, and they both like took a step back and were like, "Hey man, that's like an idol of ours." And so I just texted him Runt Wolf, and he replied back, copy and paste Runt Wolf, and then he said, So it's triggered something in his memory bank.
No, I don't think these
Might be a chance.
Think of the is what the fuck are you doing?
We'll see. We'll circle back on that in a minute.
All right. Why was all of Japan laughing at Mo?
So you were wrong.
Okay.
It was because he broadcasted himself over the radio to the nation of Japan, pleading them not to get into the war. Here's what it sounded like.
Oh, yeah. In February 1942, Berg made a radio broadcast addressing the people of Japan in Japanese, asking for peace. He identified himself as a friend of the Japanese people and urged listeners to avoid a war you cannot win. Yo, I know that we've been laying it on thick. I hate Mo Berg. Imagine like broadcasting yourself to the nation of Japan, speaking probably choppy Japanese, saying like, "Hey, I'm a friend of Japanese people. You do not want war." Like thinking that the nation of Japan's going to listen to the backup catcher from the Red Sox. I stand
Like,
by.
well,
They are
when
the nation of Japan is laughing in
Right.
Mo Berg's face while he's making that broadcast.
Yeah.
Babe Ruth
I
does
mean,
that.
They turned it off when he said, "My name is Runt Wolf." Like, everyone stopped listening.
You probably know me by my childhood pseudonym, Runt Wolf. He probably thought they did know him as Runt Wolf.
And yeah, I mean, again, we're a guy who's kind of known as an American hero. My instinct to right now, what I want to say is like you mentioned choppy Japanese. I'm picturing him just slaughtering it. Just full confidence, but like, I don't know, like the Austin Powers scene.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I stand by that. Japan had no interest.
I mean, he didn't release his identity, right? Because he didn't want it to be known that he was over there.
No, he addressed himself as a friend of the people
Right.
of Japan.
So he didn't say, like, I'm Mo Berg.
On one occasion.
Nope, sorry.
Right. Yeah. Wasn't that kind of cool? Didn't he go to, like, a TV rooftop or something?
I have that part as well.
okay.
I didn't hear it.
Got you, Mo.
On one occasion, Berg peeled off from his teammates and went to the roof of a Tokyo hospital, then the city's tallest building. He wore a Japanese kimono and slippers, and he had flowers and an alibi that he was visiting an ambassador's daughter who just had a baby. but he threw out the flowers and ended up on the roof, where he shot a panorama of the Tokyo skyline, including the harbor and industrial centers. The U.S. would later use the shots as reconnaissance footage to inform wartime military strategy and plan bombing raids. How Berg delivered the footage to the U.S. government remains murky. He was known for answering questions about his government work by putting his finger to his lips and saying, shh. See, they had me for a second. They had me on Moberg's side, and I was like, that's kind of badass that he like snuck up there, got in the robe, that's some like sneaky spy shit, took the films, and then with the shh, he lost me again. And I was like, oh, it's just nerdy fucking Moberg. That happened again, right?
Yeah, it's alive.
I had that
reliving it.
Same exact thought process. Like, oh shit, we were kind of hard on him. He was cool. And then the shh. Goddamn Mo.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like an ironic hero. Like, he's trying to do James Bond stuff, and it would always come off wrong. Like, that shh at the end isn't cool James Bond.
No. It's Runt Wolf shit. Forgot all about Runt Wolf. What a dumb name.
That's all I got for sound bites. I do have some a nice Twitter message from a fan if you guys want to hear it. I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
So Matt Ritchie on Twitter reached out and said, thrilled you're making it to 100 episodes. I started listening a few weeks ago, started from the beginning, and I'm now current. Everything about the show is great. So many historic pods are dry or campy, and they don't have the right mix of interesting things to speaking for themselves. Jimmy and Jake effectively teach a history lesson from history each week, now twice a week, and make it interesting and informative. He goes, I've been teaching criminal justice to college students for around 6 years, and the hardest part of teaching is making the informative appealing. Jimmy and Jake do this every week. As the fall semester gets closer, I am already adapting things from this pod to my online class. Movifying is a clear front runner for my fall courses. Looking forward to what you guys have coming up next.
We should get back into that's very nice of him. We should get back into movifying.
Movifying's good. I feel like we lost it with either the Colts or we lost it.
I forget.
I don't know. Sometimes when it forms organically, I feel like it's better. But yeah, we want to movify.
Yeah.
That used to be a goal, but it got tough for some of them. I forget if it was a certain season or something happened.
We did it for the Felipe Espinosa, the Wild West serial killer.
Oh, yeah,
You guys still cast a lot. I don't know if you do the whole movie.
Yeah.
You cast who it would be.
Well, that's what we're good at.
Yeah, Laughs from the Past is fun, man. It's a bunch of wild, weird stories. What's season 9? Should we announce it?
Yeah. I have one more thing first. So I just had a list of the front runners for the most loved episodes by fans that reached out to us, where a lot of them they're featured today. 10 Cent Beer Night, Mo Berg, Meriwether Lewis, the Men's Marathon, Mad Jack Churchill, the Abe Lincoln Duel, the Assassination of Julius Caesar. So if you're just listening to Laughs from the Past, these are really good episodes if you want to go back and binge. And then some other notable mentions that you didn't hear today that a lot of people suggested were Jackie Mitchell, the DB Cooper, the Warsaw girls basketball team, Mike the Durable.
Warsaw girls basketball team was like chill-inducing.
That was the best movie find you guys
Mike
had.
the Durable. Yeah.
And then even the Donner Party and Lobster Boy got some love. Even those were more recent, but people reached out and said that they loved the debate in Lobster Boy.
Yeah.
Lobster Boy.
The Ching Shi story, from prostitute to pirate, is an episode that I haven't listened back to, but I remember really liking that one. It's a crazy story.
The children and the women in history were a lot of the craziest, like, whoa, where I think the story, I don't know, not that we were less silly, but like the stories were so wild. It was like, let's get those out there.
And then the other one, Who Shot Huey Long, I thought was
Yeah.
really good. And Jake did a
good time with
Louisiana
that.
accent, I think.
Louisiana.
Some of the children in history
Huey Long.
were nuts. I think the ride of Sybil Luddington, we kind of Moberged her too.
Tough.
Because it was like, she didn't do that.
Tough break.
It was tough. Well, season 9, Luke, do you want to announce it? Do you want Jake to announce it?
All you guys.
It is Heist.
Nice.
Heist.
Italian Job.
Yep. Brazilian Job. Sequel to the Italian Job. They never made it. They thought about it. Still in the works, maybe. We did one heist. We did the first bank robbery in American history, so maybe we will run that back for the new season. But yeah, we got. I don't know what the research has been.
We also did DB Cooper.
Also did DB Cooper.
Yeah.
It's a great story. So we have enough.
Legend.
Season 9 is looking good.
Yes, the goal was to do a history of heists and kind of span heists throughout history from ancient times. It's a lot tougher to find good accounts and stories of ancient times. So if you guys have any suggestions, send them to us. We're happy to do it. We're going to try our best to go chronologically so you can see how heists evolved. A lot of them are going to be from the 1900s, but we have a ton that should be really fun.
And we just did some in Wild West.
Yeah, a lot of heists in the Wild West.
Oh yeah, robberies.
Yeah.
There were more robberies, right? What's the difference?
Tough.
I guess we'll do that in episode 1.
Yeah.
Heist is more calculated and planned out. Like Butch Cassidy, he was a heist guy.
Heist.
So yeah, if you have any suggestions, send them in. Thank you very much. Happy 100th episode to everyone involved.
And
100 episode.